What is up, everybody? Tomorrowverse TV here today. So I was actually requested to do a video about this situation right here. Once again, these Sony guys are talking about the whole PlayStation and PC label that Sony recently did, and they have little meltdowns on this Twitter website. And this clip is just super ridiculous. It is so just out the wall. Just some of the stuff they say in this clip is just insane. The Sony fanboy is just a unique specimen. They are just bonkers at this point. But this is what the post says. Bro, when I say this is the purest grade of salt, all the oceans combined doesn't contain this vast amount of salt. And I gotta agree, these guys are super salty. It's like they are super salty. Then the absolute madness to finish it off. It's a coat, I tell you, a coat. Todd Howard is the one too far gone, huh? Laughing emoji. So let's get into the clip without further ado so you can see this insanity that these guys are up to. So let's just play it.
Games throughout the years really bad.
Hold on.
So
before you finish, Todd Howard's statements align with all what the other developers are saying. So this particular one, because I know Todd Howard lies, but this particular one I don't think it's a lie because it aligns with multiple developers are saying. So go ahead.
Oh no, that's the second part I was about to get to. I don't think it'll make the game better. If anything, I'm more concerned about if Starfield will even work properly because the last couple Bethesda games have just been not good. Like when as far as bugs go. As far as the quality of Starfield, that is like something completely entirely whatever. I just can't believe like anything Todd Howard says anymore because he's like too far gone. Like I know how everyone calls like Jim Ryan, like Lion Jim Ryan and stuff like that, but Todd Howard is legit like probably like the king of lies as far as like Western gaming goes. And that's all I mostly just really had to say. Yeah, that's it.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Wakanda forever. What's up, bro?
This next guy is gonna be
I'm
interesting.
still with you, man. What up? Look at y'all talking about PlayStation, PC, man. Okay, I finally got in, so I'll go ahead and go in. Can y'all hear me? Okay, am I like straight? I'm not chopping up or anything.
Yeah, go ahead. You sound good.
Okay, cool. Let me make this clear for everybody who's in here, man. The war is over. All right. Xbox was absorbed into Steam. Pegasus Nation was made from the ashes, all right?
What the fuck?
Whoever is trying to reinitiate the war
What?
are stragglers, and we all played Last of Us, so we know how to handle them. All right? It's over. PlayStation PC is something that's been going on for years. They just gave it a title now. Now, with PlayStation's reputation, PC devs are looking at PlayStation to increase their profits, so now it's like a collaboration, all right? So therefore, we are all going to win at the end of the day. PlayStation took over the living room. It's over. Nintendo is trying to hold on to their mobile space, but PlayStation, as y'all can see, is coming over there too, because they don't want to do the PS Vita. No, let's not do that. Let's go ahead.
Wow, that's a lot to digest with that one. That is a lot to digest. The first guy talking about Todd Howard being a liar and all this other nonsense, but those games being super buggy. That's false. We're gonna go over that too. And then the other guy saying the war is over. What war is he referring to? Is he a soldier in this so-called war? This constant war? We have one side of grown adults telling the other side of grown adults that their system of choice sucks. Really? We don't want to compare that to an actual war? Like, these people are crazy. But let's go through the video and dissect each point these crazy guys are making. Let's go into it again.
Games throughout the years.
What the other developers are saying. So this particular one.
Oh no, that's the second part I was about to get to. I don't think it'll make the game better. If any, good. As far as bugs go. As far as the quality of Starfield, that is like something completely entirely whatever. I just don't.
Starfield is one of the most anticipated games that's coming out next year for Xbox. Gaming in general. People who don't even got an Xbox want that game. Like I did the one video of the guy complaining about Microsoft buying Bethesda. Then a few months later, he actually bought a Series S because he wanted to play these Bethesda games on Xbox. So it is just wild how they're just trashing Starfield, trashing Bethesda now. when they were hyped about Starfield before Microsoft bought Bethesda, they were hyping Starfield because it was this big, expansive Fallout style space RPG made by Bethesda. So this is kind of hilarious. And then I'm saying Bethesda games are all buggy. So I got a list on Wikipedia about all Bethesda most recent games, and that most recent games was Deathloop, which I didn't hear anybody complain about bugs about that game. Doom 64 is an old game. Doom Eternal, I didn't hear anything. I didn't think about bugs about that game. One thing I mainly heard about this game was that if people were mainly comparing it to the older game, people like the older game more, the first Doom remake. So I didn't hear anything about bugs about that game. What if it's not Youngblood? That game was just mediocre. That's the only thing I was hearing about that. And Rage 2. They didn't hear anything about those games either. The only way he has something he can have some type of merit about is Fallout 76. People don't like that game because it was buggy, but that's been a long time ago. Since 2019, they've been fixed that game. They fixed everything about that game. So I don't know what he's talking about when he says Bethesda games. Their recent games are buggy. Maybe their big open world games like the Fallout and Skyrim games are buggy, but their recent games by the other studios, they aren't that buggy. So I don't know what he's talking about here. Well, let's continue on with this other guy. The other guy was just like, wow.
So
Let's get to the
I
other guy.
think Jim Ryan and stuff like that to say when it, as far as like Ryan and stuff like that, but Todd Howard is legit like.
And then he said Jim Ryan, like lying Jim Ryan, like that guy lies to these Sony fanboys almost every interview. This guy's lying to these guys. Like he lied about we believe in generations. That was a big lie. Games are on PS4 and PS5. They didn't fully move on to the PS5, and you got these guys angry that they still got cross-gen games to this very day. What was the other one? Oh, that Horizon Forbidden West situation. They promised that they promised that the people who bought on PS4 will get free upgrades. And then Sony came out at one time saying, hey, we're not gonna give you free upgrades for this, and that caused a big controversy, so they have to go back on that and give you free upgrades for that game now. So Jim Ryan, this is those are the two examples I like to go top of my head, but this guy is constantly lying. It was like they lie so much that this guy they want this guy fired. So that's hilarious. Let's
Probably
continue.
like the king of lies.
Man, what up?
Let's get to this guy
That's what I'm
point.
talking about. We finally got in. Wait, I'm not chopping up there. The war is over. All right.
The war is over. What does that even mean? This fictional console war. These guys act like they are soldiers, lieutenants, and generals of an actual fictional war with grown men calling the other grown men like trash and garbage. Like really, this is embarrassing. This is just shocked.
All right.
Shocking.
Xbox was absorbed into Steam.
What does that even mean? Xbox is absorbed into Steam. They don't know what they don't. I have absolutely no idea what they're talking about.
Pegasus Nation was made from the ashes. All right.
Made from the ashes. Wow.
Whoever is trying to reinitiate the war are stragglers, and we all played Last of Us, so we know how to handle them.
What? So you play a video game? What does that even mean? He knows how to deal with a war because he played a video game. Man. What are they talking about?
All right, it's over. PlayStation PC is something that's been going on for years. They just gave it a title now. Now, with PlayStation's reputation, PC devs are looking at PlayStation to increase their profits. So
yeah, that's what Microsoft was doing to begin with. This is some weird phase they're in right now before they reach the stage of acceptance that their game's gonna be on PC. This is them trying to fight against it, but I don't know. They're stuck in one of these phases, but eventually they'll get to the acceptance stage because this is some weird stuff they're talking about right here. Like the war is over. Just wow. Let's read some of these comments. Doom Eternal and Deathloop sure are trash. Yeah, that didn't make any sense right there. Damn Bethesda, why you do them so wrong? Ponies, yeah, just shaking your head at them. Just shake your head at them. These weirdos were bragging about how Starfield will be on PS5 and how they can't wait to play it, and now they know it won't be. They changed their tune. Their opinion comes down to what makes PlayStation look the best. Anything that doesn't fall in line with that, even if it makes them hypocrites, doesn't matter. Yeah. Let's see. Tears are flowing. They dare speak ill of God Howard. It's funny how they were just praising this guy when they wanted Starfield on that PS5. They were praising that guy. Now he's what Microsoft and Xbox. It's like he's what do they say? Whatever they say, he's full of lies. Whatever they said, like it's just nonsense. The last Bethesda games, as if we didn't buy the hell out of Fallout and Skyrim, even Fallout 76 is in a better place. Yeah, they act like this still like 2019 when Fallout 76 first released. That game has been greatly improved over the years it's been out, the 2 years it's been out. They greatly improved that game. Like it's a completely different game now. So I just can't take these guys seriously at this point. I can smell the salt from here. Everybody, the entire galaxy can feel the salt from these guys at this point. You can literally hear the copium and capping in their voices. Holy S is sad. Sad but funny. Xbox was absorbed into Steam. Pegasus Nation came from the ashes. I can't repeat that. That's so ridiculous. Yo, I hope that guy job doesn't do drug tests. He's about to be unemployed. Wow. That guy is definitely on some drugs. To make some type of statement. He says, get a therapist. PlayStation coming for Nintendo's mobile space. Didn't he say something about the Vita? I forgot. He said something about the Vita. Let me listen to the last part again. He did say something about the Vita at the very end. I'm like, the Vita was a flop. Let's see. What did he say about the Vita?
PlayStation, as y'all can see, is coming over there too. Because they don't want to do the PS Vita. No, let's not do that. Let's go ahead.
Oh, they don't want to do the PS Vita because it flopped, and over here in America was just their biggest marketplace. That thing flopped horribly. Of course, they don't want to do the Vita. You even got Sony executives like Shuhei Yoshida promoting the Steam Deck to play the greatest games like Horizon Forbidden West and Street Fighter V, all these PlayStation games on the Steam Deck because they completely just gave up on the Vita. They flopped horribly with the PS Vita. People wanted the Sony handheld and they dropped the ball drastically. So that's why they can continue with the PS Vita, not whatever nonsense this guy's talking about. Nintendo completely mopped the floor of PlayStation, which they just don't want to talk about. And then he said, what did he say? He said PlayStation is like what did he say? PlayStation is in everybody's houses? No, the Nintendo Switch is in everybody's living rooms or something like that. Nintendo has been dominating the sales charts with the Nintendo Switch ever since that thing has been out. They want to ignore that for some reason. They want to ignore, they think it's just a war, this fictional war between Microsoft and Sony. But Nintendo is like right, just the big elephant in the room that just dominated sales-wise. Because the Nintendo guys actually buy their exclusives. They notice they're the only company that haven't went the PC route. That's like, so I don't know what he's talking about with this nonsense. Me after about a good 40 seconds of this BS, yeah, I can't. I don't know how people can listen to these spaces. It's just super ridiculous. The crazy stuff they be saying in these spaces. The damage control is amazing. This is the 5 stages of grief. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is the 5 stages of grief. Every time PlayStation lies to them, they try to find a way to justify it or simply ignore the lie. Maybe if they can pay more attention to the PlayStation instead of Xbox, they may have saw this coming. Yeah. PlayStation fans sound like MAGA fans. Chill, this will be the last PlayStation. It's okay. Amazon waiting to snatch y'all up. Got a PS5 recent. It's been pissing me off. Okay. This dude said the war is over. This dude is in a cult. Yeah. The war is over. What is this guy even talking about? The weirdos said Pegasus Nation rise from the ashes. They seriously are stuck in this weird medieval mindset and move as such every day. They're sad. These are grown men. Yeah. Why don't they just play video games, man? It's like, it's Sony. That's what happens when Sony doesn't release any exclusive games. I mean, there's so many games that came out recently. Let's go over the recent games that came out. Let's just do that. You had Metroid Dread come out, you had Far Cry 6 come out, and you had Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy come out. They aren't playing any of these games right now. They're just having these little spaces with these little conventions, these AA meetings. It's just ridiculous. It's just like, wow, this is just ridiculous. I know I had these clowns muted and blocked for a reason. What a delusional world to be stuck in. Yeah, they are in pure delusion right now. You can hear the sheer pain they're in as they speak. God, they hadn't been such absolute dicks for the last 7 years. I might feel bad for them doing this. Their darkest hour. This is definitely a dark hour for these guys. Their games are going to PC. The stuff they bragged about for the longest about these exclusives. Jim Ryan says, hey, y'all aren't buying enough, so they're going to PC. So they are definitely in a dark time right now. They bragged about these exclusive games. Meanwhile, Xbox has two big exclusives coming up this holiday season while they have none, so they are definitely in the darkest hour right now. Thoughts and prayers to the Pony Nation. You tried, but you just weren't enough. Bethesda is so trash that Starfield is one of the most anticipated games of this generation. They're so trash that Sony tried to secure the game as an exclusive. These people are delusional. I gotta agree with that. Man, I don't know how you can listen to this BS. I don't know how people be in these places, to be honestly. I don't know. As soon as these people start speaking nonsense, I would just leave at that point. Dudes are talking out their ass completely at this point. PlayStation took over the living room. LMFAO, these guys are pathetic, and that Akira person is the biggest goof of them all. I swear they don't play any games at all. All they do is call people racist on Twitter. I don't know. I think they don't, probably don't play any games at all. He has so many good games came out recently, but why don't they talk about these games that came out recently? Why don't they talk about any of these games that came out recently? They just, I don't know, just damage control for Sony, and it's just getting sad at this point. So I'm gonna conclude it right here. I definitely hear your thoughts about this nonsense. Like, these guys are just ridiculous. Leave a like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.